This is the new Toyota bZ4X, and this is a Volkswagen ID.4 that McKayla owns. Welcome to another Kyle Connor YouTube channel video. Welcome back to the channel. Last time you were on this channel, you ran out of juice.
Ooh, that's right.
In this over there,
yes,
in the middle of the intersection.
Now I keep it always charged.
So for those of you who don't know, we've covered your ownership story of your 2023 ID.4 all-wheel drive, big battery Pro S from Chattanooga since the start. We were there on delivery day. We then saw you run out of juice, and we haven't talked about your car since.
Yeah.
So what's been going on with it?
It's good overall. I love how it drives every day. I don't really do much driving here from my house to work and back. And
you only have a 120 volt outlet too.
Yeah, at my house, yeah. But it works because, like I said, I don't do a lot of driving, so I just let it go down to like 50%, and when it gets down to that, I'll plug it in and...
Yeah, and you keep it to 80%
and then I just
max?
keep, going back and forth until it gets to 80%.
Very good.
So I have been, like, when it's getting real low, like 20%, I'll plug it in overnight at the hospital that I work at.
Right, you have a level 2 station at work.
Yeah, so that works out when I need a good charge.
Good. And I see you have all season tires. These are back to the factory tires because you were rolling on Nokian Hakkapeliitta studded winter tires.
Those are nice. Those are great for the winter. Did what it's needed. Got me a couple trips to Steamboat and back. So.
And how have you found charging infrastructure? How many miles do you have on it, first of all? Let's take a look.
I think like 5,000, not even. Yeah. 5,470.
Very good, and charged up to 78%. So,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, you've been really, from my impression, not having major problems with it from a usability standpoint.
Yeah.
The free charging programs, do you ever use the Electrify America charging?
Nope. Never. I did last weekend. I drove down to Denver. And then on my way back home, I stopped at the one in Loveland.
Right, just for a quick top up.
Yeah, just because I was getting down to like 28% or something, and plugging that up to my home, it just doesn't.
Right, it takes a long time
It takes a really long time. So I was like, I'll just charge it up to like 55% up there, and then made my way back home.
Very good. Well, car's looking good. Now back to stock. We've used it actually for some videos. We did Colton's car versus yours and a few different videos. So I guess it has been on YouTube, but nothing major really going on with it. There is one problem with the vehicle though, that's been recurring since day one. What is going on with that? Yeah,
so all of a sudden, like when I approach stop signs, or if I'm in a tight parking garage or just parking, I'll get a warning sign that comes on, and it says the left and right parking assist system is down.
Right, and that's all of the sensors along the side of the vehicle here that aren't working, which is kind of weird, and it's common. We hear a lot of people complaining about this.
Yeah, I've read a couple forums about the all-wheel drive specifically to having that issue. So I actually brought it into Volkswagen last week, and they took a look at it to see what they could do. But they said that there's a update coming for the car in June.
Okay, and you'll have to bring it to the dealer for that update, did they say?
No, they said it should just...
over the air. Okay.
Yeah, and then if it doesn't, to bring it in, but they really have no idea.
I think they have no clue what's going on. And it's also interesting because you have the identical car, very similar build to Colton's.
Yeah.
Right? And his hasn't shown that issue once. But yours hasn't gone away since we got it. So I'm not convinced it's software, because you're running the same software, Colton's and your car, same car. I think,
to back it up too, because it was happening, like I said, like right off the lot. I mean, I think when we first drove it, that it happened. And so I brought it in initially, and they said there was like a module or something that was missing that they had to get from Chattanooga, and it took a couple months to get here. So they installed that piece. Oh, so that's now installed. So yeah, that's in there. And there was other warning signs coming up. Those no longer come. Okay, I didn't know this. Parking assist still pops up.
Very weird.
Yeah.
It just seems like Volkswagen still having weird software bugs, weird little things with these cars, and honestly, maybe even more bugs with the Chattanooga cars than the German cars. It's hard to say exactly. Either way, if that next software update doesn't fix your car, we're definitely going to make some noise about it and see what they need to do, because your mom also has an ID.4, and she lemoned hers, or they bought it back, her first edition, and now she's driving the identical car, but just rear-wheel drive.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. I called like the care customer service for Volkswagen and told them about it. So I already have something opened up with them. So we're logging every single visit to the dealership and all of that good stuff to keep track of it.
Seems like a pretty simple thing. Make the side sensors not make any warnings, but I guess it's hard.
You call it and no one knows. Like even the customer service person who I talked to was like, "Oh, how do you like your car?" Like they just don't know anything about electric vehicles.
It's really a shame.
I don't know if it's probably not even an electric vehicle specific problem. Like every car now has a
sensors and stuff.
Whatever, so,
well, thanks for the ownership update. Some of our viewers had been asking. Yeah. But now what I want you to do is you came over for dinner, you had your car parked here, and we were looking out the window just up here at the bZ4X, which we have on test this week. And we're like, wow, they're like same color spec, very similar size.
And I was like, ooh, I like that car.
Okay.
And I love Toyota.
You are a
like,
Toyota girl.
I love Toyota. So I was like, ooh, what is that one?
Okay. So I think it should be like ID.4 owner reviews bZ4X.
Okay.
So I'm not going to give you much influence. I haven't really told you anything about this car.
Yeah, I don't know anything besides I asked if it's electric, but I don't know if it's all electric.
Yeah, totally fully electric.
Fully electric. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I like the outside of it. I like the look. I like the color.
Okay, good. Well, let's
drive.
This one's a fully spec'd bZ4X, cooled seats, the whole bit. Let's go in for a drive.
It's like wings.
Yeah. It's for extreme downforce for the high speed. Top speed of 105 miles an hour in this thing, actually. So, all right, well, let's move the ID.4 out of the way, and then we'll jump in the bZ4X and get your very first impressions as an ID.4 owner. We're going to watch her parallel park. Yeah, she is ripping. We've done a lot with this car. We've sent it around in snow and ice. That car's been through quite a bit of fun, that's for sure. All right, McKayla, so every car experience starts with the key. So your key review compared to the ID.4.
Ooh, it's really light.
Yes.
It's like hollow, it seems like. Looks like a standard key.
Okay, cool. Well, let's head on over. Curious to see what your impressions are.
Is it locked right now?
I don't know.
Here, let's lock it. Because I like, which I know that's very common for all cars, but to be able to walk up to the car and it unlocks.
Okay, well, let's test it. I really haven't even driven this just home from the airport. It's all I've done. So you want it to auto unlock.
Oh, I guess when I
grab the door handle, where the ID.4 is proximity based.
Yeah.
This you have to actually grab the handle.
Which is fine.
Yeah, and I think it's just the front handle as far as I can tell.
Okay.
So, curious to your thoughts. You haven't seen the interior yet?
No. Looks nice so far. Smells like a brand new car.
It is. It only has 291 miles on it.
Ooh. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like, I don't know. It's really high up.
Yeah, it's so basically, I think the idea is it's the same with the new Prius. The steering wheel goes below, and then you're always looking above at that screen.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just used to something different too, which is always a factor, but...
Sure. All right, well, I'll jump in on the other side.
Okay.
So, there you go there. So, for our viewers, this is a bZ4X, fully limited, all-wheel drive. I actually don't know the price on this particular one. I know it has every option, JBL, cooled seats. I'm locked out on this side, so here we go. Thank you very much. Let's see what's going on here. There's no glove box in this vehicle, if I remember correctly.
And this is an interesting, cloth material. Wafer.
Feels, to me, pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I don't know if this has a window sticker in it.
Oh, for how much it is?
Right. Usually they include window stickers.
This is interesting. What's that?
Phone charger.
Oh, okay. It says no keys. Huh. It's like deadbeat plastic though.
Yep, that's just your
And
wireless
an old
charger.
school USB.
Oh, really? Yeah, a USB-A. There's also a USB-C down here.
Oh, there's one right there too. That's kind of nice. And it has a 120 whatever.
Yeah, 12 volt.
Okay.
Also glass roof, fully spec'd out.
I like that. Does it? I wonder if it goes all the way back. Let's turn the car on. So quiet. Okay, let's see. Open.
Yeah, I think it doesn't move. It's just a shade.
Oh, gotcha.
Similar to your car, actually. Yeah. So let's go off on the music. Let's go low on the fan.
Yep.
Just for audio.
Don't need heated seats.
Oh yeah, that was the.
Oh, that's the cool.
Ventilated seats.
Oh, maybe I'll try that out actually.
Okay, that's something the ID.4 doesn't have actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, just in terms of like specs on this thing, so you kind of have a rough idea.
Yeah.
A little bit smaller battery than your car.
Okay.
I want to say it's high 60 kilowatt hours. You're sort of mid to high 70 kilowatt hours.
Okay.
So probably not as much range as the ID.4. I forget exactly how it charges, but 0 to 80 is not bad. It doesn't charge nearly as great as your car. Your car actually charges on a fast charger pretty great. 195 kilowatt peak we've seen. Really good curve on the ID.4.
Yeah.
So this one, not nearly as good charging. Also really bad charging in the cold, which is not unlike your car. Both don't have preconditioning.
Yeah.
So it's not actually that different.
My car has been charging a lot better on the fast chargers.
Now that it's warming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you you'd like it more now that the weather's getting better.
I think and like the range seems like it's better too. And
totally.
But yeah, no, it's being pretty basic up here. There's a lot of
buttons going
buttons there. It
But
has all 4 buttons, unlike my car.
Oh,
That
really? For
is
the
something
windows.
that I don't know. I've gotten used to it because I know how to use it now, but God, it's so annoying.
And can you explain to the viewers what you're talking about?
Yeah, so in the ID.4, there's just 2 nozzles that control all 4, like front and back.
Windows.
And then, windows, yeah. And then there's just one little button that lights up and it's just like touch. And you have to touch it if you want to control the front. And then you have to touch it again if you want to control the back windows. It's just not.
Right.
They're trying to like cut some stuff out and I don't know.
It's the worst
make
part
it
of the
sleek.
ID.4.
It's, worst part for sure. But let's see here. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go for a drive.
ride?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Gosh. Wow.
Every car is.
Every car. Okay, wait. Nope. Oh my. Oh no. Oh shit. Are you kidding me?
I'm not going to tell you how it works.
Okay. Oh, this is too much pressure. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Wait.
So there's nothing you have to put a lot of pressure on, just so you know.
Okay. Oh my god. Push. Oh. No.
It's a push and
It's a
turn.
push down and a turn.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah. No. Oh. Okay.
Did you hit the brakes?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice backup
I'm
camera.
still not used to the backup camera, so I always look behind me.
Yeah.
But,
Does your car have a 360 cam?
yeah, I think so. But mine, it doesn't work because of the parking assist.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I
that's
actually
the part of it.
don't think the ID.4s do have a 360 cam.
Oh, okay. Well, they're like side cameras or something.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it does. It's been a while since I've actually driven an ID.4.
I don't know. All right. Does it have a regen? Or do I have to put that in?
So there's this button right here. I'll help you out a little bit. That gives you a regen boost.
Okay.
But it won't let you do it at high state of charge, I noticed.
Okay. Where should we go?
Yeah, wherever you kind of think you want to go.
I'm gonna go this way.
I'll tell you some cool things about the bZ4X is while it charges like crap in the winter time, it actually has radiant heating, which is kind of neat. So the bottom bit of the dashboard here warms up your legs from resistive heating, like a heated leg warmer.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. It's an extra option. This one has it.
So this is like the...
And that's, I believe, this button right there. Pretty cool. Also, like your car, I mean, your car has some kind of EV route planning, but it doesn't really work that well. So
yeah, it's not the greatest.
yeah, this doesn't really show charging stations or route planning or have plug-in charge, all of which is similar to your car. Your car did come with 3 years, was it, of Electrify America for 30 minutes?
Yep.
I don't believe this comes with any EA charging programs, but would that sway your decision in a purchase? Just because you charge at home most of the time.
Yeah, and yeah, that's just not, I mean, it's nice for sure, but I wouldn't necessarily buy a car just solely because of that.
Okay, I agree. Give her full beans. How does that feel in comparison to the ID.4 at hard throttle?
I don't know, I feel like it's hard because I'm just used to my car,
yeah.
But I don't know, I think I like the ID.4 a little bit better with that. And this kind of feels more like a combustion drive than an electric drive.
Okay, and in what way would you say that you're feeling it be more like a combustion car?
Well, I feel like I don't know the right verbiage, but it's like pretty, like not sensitive, but when I push down on the pedal, it's like, it's a little jerky.
Okay,
not
so
as,
maybe
smooth.
The pedal map isn't as good as your ID.4 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure,
and that always comes with time. There's also an eco mode that you can make the pedal a little less sensitive. Okay. So we can certainly try that as well.
Does this have any like driving assist or?
Yeah, it does. It does adaptive cruise control and lane centering. Now, I would say, in my impression, not nearly as capable as Volkswagen's travel assist. Okay. Like in your car, you can lock it to the left of the lane, the right of the lane, or choose for it to be in the center. Yeah. You get great distance control. Do you use travel assist in your ID.4?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
But really just like if I'm driving on 25 or the highway.
Sure.
So, or sometimes when I'm driving home from work and I am so tired, I like literally feel like I'm drunk driving. I'm like, it's probably safer for me to use that.
Oh no.
So like 7 in the morning.
Fort Collins Police, if you're watching, this is all hypothetical.
Hey, blame it on, I don't know, I gotta work 12-hour shifts.
That's
overnight.
right. That's right.
Rough.
Yes. Also has some neat functions like ID.4, which is like the bottom of the wipers are heated, although I believe you have a full heated windshield in the ID.4.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, cool. Well, I would say from the passenger seat, just my impressions, I haven't done much with the car. It's relatively quiet. I actually think it drives good.
Yeah.
Where I think this car lets us down a little bit is on the EV side of things. The charging performance, the range, the efficiency. We have to do more testing to find out. But that's sort of my impression of it. But what do you think about the size compared to the ID.4?
Yeah, I like the size. The first thing I noticed though was the roof. Like it seems a little bit shorter than, I don't know.
Yeah,
in the
so maybe
ID.4 it's a little more airy.
I agree.
So I like that aspect. But I do like sitting up high. I love a good SUV.
And is this gauge cluster, you're getting more used to that?
Yeah, it's fine. It is more like you are looking, but I don't really think it has that much of an effect like they were going for.
Sure, right.
Like I don't think it would be any different if it was right there.
Right, it just looks like something
looks
melted.
Kind of weird,
yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's get some more driving under. Maybe we'll go up to Horsetooth, and then you can share sort of your final thoughts up there once you spend more time driving it. Well, we're up here at Horsetooth Reservoir, just an absolutely beautiful place to go for a drive. Some massive wildfires up in Canada, actually, leading to some very poor air quality. It's this sort of smoky vibe through here. Almost looks like fog, but it is very much smoke. But McKayla, you've driven this now for, I don't know, an extended test drive, if you will, something like that. Let's go through, just before you make your final determination to our audience, the price we found. We just spec'd this exact car out on the configurator, which is probably how you want it with everything available. It's just over 50,000, like 50,200. Mm-hmm. What was your ID.4's cost?
About the same. I think it ended up being like 53.
Yeah, so similar in price.
Yeah.
This is 226 miles of range EPA, just because it's got all the options. Do you remember what your car was EPA range?
Oh, 250.
Yeah, 250 something.
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Range isn't a big consideration for you, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, anywhere to mid 200s I think is good.
And so now,
Yeah,
knowing
yeah.
the cost, the one thing this doesn't qualify for, of course, is the $7,500 tax credit. So
Yeah. I
you
don't
got
know.
that with your car.
Right, I did.
And so what's your impression? Would you switch into the bZ4X from your car if you were shopping? This wasn't out at the time,
Yeah.
really, when you were getting yours. Would you consider it over an ID.4? What's your thought?
No, it's a really nice car. It drives nice, smooth, just like any other electric vehicle. The space is good. The size is what I would be looking for. I don't know if I would necessarily trade my car in if I wanted to do that right now for something like this. Yeah, I mean, I think it's I don't know, for the everyday consumer.
You got to give the viewers, is it a buy it or is it a go for an ID.4 over this, or what's your recommendation?
I think go for an ID.4 over this. The charging is one thing, even though it doesn't seem that big of a deal, it does add up for sure. And then the price, I mean, being able to get the tax credit is really nice. And I don't know, I just think I like the ID.4 overall a little bit. I don't know if I'm a little biased towards it right now, but I just kind of like the feel.
Great. Well, that's I think what everyone wanted to know. Sounds like you're sticking in the ID.4 world, but I'm glad you were able to test the bZ4X.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people really hate on the bZ4X because of its poor charging performance, but it's like not a bad car. It's just I feel like the ID.4 almost feels a bit nicer on the inside.
Yeah, a little more like, I wouldn't call it luxurious, but
It's a bit more premium than this.
yes, there, that's the word.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, thanks to everyone for watching. Beautiful views up here at Horsetooth Reservoir. And there you go, your experience in the bZ4X. Hopefully some of you found this helpful. I always like to get different viewpoints here on the channel, not just EV nerd stuff, but regular EV drivers like McKayla. So thanks for taking the time and driving it.
Of course.
See y'all in another one soon.
Bye.
Bye.